So I've come up with the intention of filming Arya's video. I'm not quite sure where they are. There they are. Yeah, they run into the field. Please tell me that's a toy. There you go. Yeah, it's a toy. We're safe. So yeah, Arya is Nala's daughter, Disney's granddaughter, Judith's niece, Podrick's sister, and Lily's, I think it works out, a great niece. Don't quote me on that. She is complete opposite to Pod. He's laid back, she's a live wire. Always busy, always into everything. They're both really cuddly and really sweet, but she's hyper. I say hyper, a lot more hyper than him. If they're doing something naughty, can guarantee she did it first. If there's something naughty to be done, she tends to lead him astray. He's super food motivated. She isn't at all. She's the one I've had to put onto raw, my one and only dog I've ever had on raw. Still got her on half and half puppy kibble because I do not trust raw to have all that a puppy needs to grow properly. That's my opinion. Stop sniffing Disney's poop. It's weird. And even then with raw, she picks and chooses. Sometimes she swaps with Podrick to have normal puppy food. As long as I can get her to eat, I don't really care. And then Arya. She's really clever though. Really quick to learn. Nowhere near as stubborn as him. You know, you tell her no. She listens. Oh, she's gonna go. Go film your brother while you poop. Nobody needs to see her poop on YouTube. And now he goes and watches her poop. What are you pair doing, Nala? There you go. You done pooping? Yeah, she doesn't like being in trouble. So she listens if you tell her no. She doesn't tend to, like, you can tell him no and he'll listen, but then you go back to her, and then you tell him no, and then you go back to her, and you tell him no, and then he might actually realise that you never want him to do whatever that is. But even then, you'll still go back to it 5-10 minutes later because he's forgotten, you know. Whereas she learns, generally. She is a thief. Not for food, but objects, including jumping up on the kitchen counter and stealing a knife. She's carrying it by the handle and come running into the living room, all delighted with herself. But thankfully, because she listens, she does drop it. And then you can kind of be like, you know, it's enough of that, and take it off her. So my best method of dealing with her with that is I actually have got like a box of just dog toys, and I try and put their toys away. For whatever reason, she never nicks toys out of the toy box, but I'll get like a toy out and make a really big deal of it and make it really exciting, and then she carries that around then for ages because she's really like delighted with herself that she's got a really good item, you know. And then she kind of doesn't tend to pinch so many things. And a banana. Yes. I'd say in temperament, Podrick is a lot more like Nala than her. I think in their own ways they both look like her. Build-wise, Pod is so much like Nala. Temperament-wise and character-wise, he's so much more like her as well. But there is something about her. Nala only tends to use her intelligence when it comes to food. She uses her intelligence to be naughty. Stinker. She's not quite as confident as Pod. Are you, Arya? No. But I'm gonna do some work like on her own. So like she's not got Pod as a comfort blanket and got Pod to be sort of confident where she's not. And yeah, she's pretty, she's a good mover, better spots one side than the other, but that's exactly like her mother. And they've actually got the same good side of spots. That's Nala's not so good side of spots, and that's Nala's good side. She's more even covering. She's got a window in on the other side, and so is Arya. So the window in, see how she's got like a big sort of blank space for no spots? That's what a window in is. This Pod's got a more even covering. He has got a little bit of a window there, but that's the handler's stand inside. So when I stand Arya and Nala, I'll stand them the other way round, so their better spot side is on show. She's a lot more playful than Pod. She'll play quite happily with anyone who's playing. She likes the running, chasing games, toy games. The only one she really wrestles a bit with is Pod, and even then she'd rather chase him. She likes to bite his tail to slow him down, then overtake him, and they sort of play a game like that, where when the other one catches up, they bite the tail, and then that one, the one that's just bitten the tail, goes in front. That's the game they like to play. For some reason, I call her a Stinker Tinker Winker, and she answers to Arya, you a Stinker Tinker Winker? She's looking at her bee. Oh no, don't get it swollen. But yeah, she answers to Stinker Tinker Winker. Where that came from, I have no idea. You know, like Podrick is just Pod for short, and that's cool. That makes sense. But anyway, making a longer name when she's actually got equal shortest name out of all of my dogs. It doesn't make sense. And I admit that. Don't make sense. But hey ho. Yeah, I love her because she's so pretty. She's bonkers. She's clever. I wish she was a little bit more food motivated, because I'm kind of just used to training dogs that are more food motivated. I just find it easier. But anyway. Nala Banana, we can't have everything, can we? No, it's your daughter. She'll come for a cuddle, but she likes to sleep on her own, whereas Pod will fall asleep quite happily on your lap. Oh my goodness, Nala. Because yeah, she's still swollen with her season. Oh my goodness, you're a fatty Nunu. She is on a diet, don't worry. Nala, you look like you've got babies in that belly, and that is an immaculate conception. Yes. Good boy, Pod. Dad's sleeve. Yes, I know. It's hard life. Lily's on a sleepover with Saren, and I think she's gone for a walk with Saren's grandparents. She's quite happy with that little outcome. Oh, Pod, are you special? You're going to be a nice boy. So yeah, you know, Arya's gone off with Judith. They're like two peas in a pod for, you know, being active and adventurous. And see her down there? Oh, Judith has done a loop and come back. What doing, Arya? What are you doing down there? You're on your own. And that's another thing. She doesn't mind being on her own. Like the other evening, all the other dogs came in, and I got some dog beds like just outside by the duck pond, because it's quite nice to just sit out there in the summer. Anyway, she was just lying down on the dog beds outside on her own. Didn't matter, didn't bother her. So actually that's a really good quality, because again, it's really important to teach your dogs, you know, to be left, especially during lockdown and these lockdown puppies. Podrick's watching a bee. You see her buzzing around? Simple minds, simple things, hey? So yeah, this video's gone on a bit longer, but I guess they usually do if I'm outside, because the dogs are actually doing something. Don't you dare bite a bee, Pod. I like bees. They're good for the planet. Are you going to come up the bank in? No, she's chasing a butterfly. Oh my goodness. What doing? Yeah, I'd say she's got a better front than Podrick. He's got a better top line than her. Yeah, anyway, that's just like showy points. When they're old enough, they'll be hip and elbow scored. So yeah, that's everything, and I shall see you all soon. Bye.